I am your Turkish teacher Zeynep. Even as a native speaker and a teacher, the intricacies of this language and culture still amaze me every day. Here are 9 reasons why you should start learning Turkish. The concept of agglutination blesses us with the ability to create more words from one shared common root. İç, içmek, içeri, içki, içten, içerik, içecek, içgüdü, bil, bilgi, bilim, bilinç, bildirim, bilge, yap, yapı, yapay, yapım, yapıt, yapmacık, yapboz, and so on and so forth. So knowing little roots unlocks larger word groups. And this is helpful because it makes creating associations easier for the brain, which then leads to better vocabulary retention. Did you know that the word turquoise comes from Türk, meaning Turkish? The word dates back to the 17th century and it is derived from the Old French word turquoise, meaning Turkish, because the mineral was first brought to Europe through Ottoman lands, and according to Etim Online, the gemstone was first brought from Turkestan to Europe, or another Turkic territory. Türkiye has a nomadic history, and because of this, the language has been influenced by many regions and cultures and languages. We see some common vocabulary with Chinese, Persian, Arabic, French, and more. And if you want to sound like the thing that makes the sound, then Turkish is for you because it's full of onomatopoeic sounds, such as patır kütür, çatırdamak, şırıl şırıl, cızırdamak, şangır şungur, pır pır, takır tukur. Contrary to what you may think due to Turkiye's current location on the map, the language originates from the Central Asian steppe, so it has a lot of similarities with languages of this region. What this means is that learning Turkish unlocks the possibility of diving into other Altaic contact group languages such as Korean, Japanese, Mongolian, and vice versa. While only spoken officially in Türkiye, Northern Cyprus, and Cyprus, with around 90 million speakers worldwide, it is popular among language learners for its regular complexity. So if you want to venture into the world of agglutinative languages but not want to learn a different alphabet, then Turkish is for you. It is likely that you don't speak an SOV language, so Turkish will feel like a language on steroids. This beast of a language will make your brain work in a totally backwards fashion, and you will feel like you have just left the gym after each learning session. A study by University College London found that learning a second language increases grey matter density in the brain. And the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America says that bilingualism enhances connectivity between brain regions, both of which are fantastic things for your brain. Add to that the fact that Turkish utilizes a concept called harmony, which requires you to be mindful of what sounds you use together. And that's one hell of a workout for the brain. But once you get it right, your Turkish will have a beautiful flow to it. Politeness in the Turkish language is embedded in various aspects, ranging from the use of honorifics to structures of speech. We like to refer to customers and people of higher authority using the word efendim. It comes from medieval Greek and it means authority. So people in service will refer to you using this word just so you can feel like an overlord for one day. Other highly polite ways of Turkish include sağ ol, to thank someone, which literally means be healthy, be sound. Teveccühünüz, a formal way to show deep admiration and respect. Sıhhatler olsun, to wish good health to someone who has just left the shower, the bathhouse, who has just had a shave, who has just had a haircut, or some other form of grooming. Affınıza sığınarak, hürmetler, saygılarımızı sunarız, izninizle, estağfurullah, afiyet olsun, gönlünüzce, and zahmet olmazsa are other examples to this. We also like to use honorifics. Feyza Hanım, Deniz Bey, Zeynep Öğretmen, Hasan Efendi, Mehmet Ağa, Ayşe Teyze. We also have this cute little suffix that we attach to names to show endearment. We say Leylacığım and Alicığım. And then there is this other one, Ayşecik, which we use to show affection. Do you enjoy being sucked into a different world and completely shifting your reality? Look no further, because Turkish series and films will do exactly that. Turkish storytelling skills go way back to when Turks lived in nomadic tribes. Turkic storytelling was deeply influenced by Tengrism and shamanism. Shamans would use myths and chants and stories to talk about things like creation, ancestor worship, and the spirit world and such phenomena. Turkish language even has a tense for this, the unseen past tense. If you haven't witnessed something firsthand, then you should use this tense. So, would you not like to know what goes on in the films and series of such skilled storytellers? Well, there is one thing you should do, and that is to learn Turkish so that you don't resort to subtitles and get all the subtle nuances. Turkish people are very warm and friendly. We welcome tourists with an open heart because we are a nation of different cultures and origins. We value tourism because it plays a significant role in our economy. In 2023, Türkiye was the 5th most visited country in the world. In 2023, tourism accounted for approximately 12% of Türkiye's GDP. Even knowing how to greet people in Turkish using very simple vocabulary will melt the hearts of Turkish people. This will be an open invitation for communication, it will break the ice, and then you get to find out where Turkish people eat, where they go for socializing, how they do business, and how they receive services. And this way, you won't be stuck to TripAdvisor, expat forums, or Lonely Planet in your travels. You can get good deals as a person that speaks Turkish because 1, it shows that you aren't clueless, and 2, it makes you a more approachable person. Haggling is more about establishing a friendly relationship than just lowering the price. It is common for both the buyer and the seller to engage in a bit of playful back and forth, often involving humor or stories. To haggle is pazarlık yapmak in Turkish. Pazarlık yapmak comes from the word pazar, meaning a market. Ever since Silk Road times, trade has been a huge part of Turkish culture. The evidence of the impact that this has left, the fact that Sunday is named after the word pazar, the day on which the open markets are held. Hacivat and Karagöz addressed issues like politics, religion, social norms, and human nature in a satirical and humorous fashion in their shadow theater. Their dialogue was often full of irony, wordplay, and misunderstandings, and it provided a rich source of Turkish comedy. But Turkish comedy doesn't end there. Nasrettin Hoca is another one of the key figures in Turkish comedy, linked to Sufism, a mystical branch of Islam. His stories often add moral lessons wrapped in humor and satire, challenging societal norms and revealing human contradictions. The Ottoman coffee houses, kahve or kahvehane in Turkish, which by the way still exist, can be considered centers of social interaction where people gather to engage in lively discussions, play games, and enjoy humor. Humor was a vehicle for discussing social issues and politics in these coffee houses because it allowed people to speak freely without being too direct, and it allowed people to express their opinions through wordplay and humorous debate. This progression led to a rich humor culture in Türkiye with stand-up comedians like Cem Yılmaz, Ata Demirer, and Yılmaz Erdoğan, all of which, by the way, are also fantastic film directors. And Turkish social media is also very full of fun with lots of humor. You would really be missing out if you didn't start learning Turkish like yesterday. The country's strategic location linking Europe, Asia, and the Middle East positions it as a key hub for trade and commerce. In 2023, Türkiye was number 18 economy in the world in terms of GDP. Türkiye's main exports include transport machinery, road vehicles, electrical machinery, manufactured goods like textiles, iron, and steel. Apparel and clothing also play a significant role. Türkiye also exports food, particularly fruits and vegetables, And did you know that 70% of Nutella's hazelnuts come from Türkiye? Türkiye is the world's largest producer of hazelnut, and it supplies 70 to 75% of the global market with hazelnuts. The country's top export partners are Germany, the UK, the US, the UAE, Iraq, Italy, France, and Spain. While many people doing business can speak a second or a third language, what I mentioned when talking about haggling is true for business of any kind. So knowing Turkish will help you to integrate into the community, and it will help you to stand out as a friendlier person. Hospitality is a very important aspect of Turkish culture, and it bleeds into people's everyday lives, including business. So sit down and have a chai with your business partner and show them that you can say merhaba, and they will be impressed. Well, thank you for watching. Which of these facts did you find the most interesting? Do you feel ready to start learning Turkish? Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.